The key for me is humility and empathy, understanding human beings. If you can get into there, you can get into there. If you try and get into there first without getting to there, you could struggle with some players. But people say, oh, you're too friendly with players, or you're too friendly with staff. I'm like, not really, no, because I believe in family values, and I think if you want to be a good example and a good leader, you have to create that family atmosphere where you care about your players, where you care about your staff, and you get on a personal level with them. Do you know what I mean? And let them know that you care about them. I remember Brendan Rodgers said to Tony Phillips-Gate when he was watching his son at Oldham once, he said, one thing I'll say, Tony, what you don't remember with staff and players is, imagine they're all walking around with a stick around their head saying, make me feel important. Because everyone wants praise, and a lot of people, you will be amazed, big name footballers, big celebrity coaches who you might have heard of, don't get a lot of praise. So what's it cost? Phone call, drop a text, tell someone they're doing a good job. There's people here that I've pulled in big positions. I've said, you know what, you're doing a really good job here. And then look at me, I was like, thanks a lot. No one's ever told me that. Why not? It's just cost nothing. Someone said it to me, I think you're doing a good job. Just a nice thing, and I just thought, it meant more to me than anything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just wish the wife had said it. But also communication, but communication for me is not that, it's that. And I've learned that the hard way, by the way, because I thought I was all that. And I'm learning to be that. Even though it's difficult, being a Mancunian, a bit of a, but I listen. I listen to the young coaches, listen to the young scouts, I listen to players. So how can we evaluate a player coming in for a trial when he's an emotional wreck? And that's why we do the advanced training groups here, to give them that extra time so they settle in and relax and stuff. And the kids still get nervous, but we do the best we can, because it's difficult. It's difficult for adults, man. Being an adult, we're going to give you a job interview, but you're going to work in this environment for 8 weeks, and then we'll tell you if you've got the job at the end. We're petrified as adults. We do it with kids, and we expect them to do it. But you put adults in that situation, we won't be far off being the same. But at the end of the day, for me, football's about making people better through sport. It doesn't matter whether it's grassroots or professional. There's some lads who'll have 2 league games, play 2 professional games, and probably never play professional level again. When you ask them, would they swap it? They say no. It was an unbelievable experience. The greatest gift I've ever had from football was probably about a year ago, and I do it every session now when I'm evaluating trialists. I tell them at the end, no matter what, I will never tell you you're not good enough. I say at this moment in time, you're not ready for this level. What you're going to achieve is nothing to do with me, to do with you. So you can be good enough and you can achieve whatever you want. And there's people, and I reel off names, Jim Vardy, Tarkowski, Harry Maguire. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And the kid phoned me up out of the blue. In fact, he didn't phone me up, he sent me a message on Instagram. He said, you might not remember me, Coombs, but I never forget you used to say at the end of every training session, no matter what, don't quit. He said, I'm now in the USA doing a degree, paid scholarship, love me football, I met a girlfriend, and it's the best life I could have had. I got this in Manchester, and at first I wasn't thinking of doing it, but then I thought, you said never quit. That is the greatest gift of football. Forget trophies, I've been part of winning, involved with a winning team and stuff. Best thing ever, best thing ever. And that for me is the art of coaching, making people better on and off the pitch. I believe it. You get right off the pitch, for some mysterious reason everything is right on the pitch.
Family, people, family, yeah.
It's family. These principles of family values are eternal. They'll never, no matter what we do digitally or technology or data, we talk about players all the day. So I did a discussion the other day about a player, and we said, my question was, how do you recognise a good player in a poor environment? How would you do that? So when he's looking at a player and he's saying he can't do this, he can't do that, could he do it in a different environment? And that is the $1 million question. And good scouts and good recruitment will recognise that, because they'll learn about the player, they'll do the due diligence on him. what's like as a character. And the good ones get taken out of the environment and put in a better environment, and they can grab hold of it. And I just think sometimes we can write players off too easily because of their environment. And I think people are being more aware of that and going into non-league now. Look at young lads who've been released and then going into non-league, playing men's football 19, 20, 21, 22. And they're getting massive success from it. Peterborough especially. Connor Washington sold him for £4 million. You know, let's keep going. He's currently doing it. Bristol City, Lee Johnson and Dean Alder. Pulling players out of nowhere and selling for double, triple what they paid. Keeping the chairman really happy. But they're good people and they do due diligence. I probably should have started a bit earlier, but things happen for a reason. I probably would have started younger, and the reason I did start younger because I didn't really have that belief that I could achieve this, but then learning about your mind and the way you think at 37, 10 years later, I'm in this building talking to you, what mindset, so maybe started the process early, not quit playing football at younger age because I had an injury at 14 and the coach was like, oh, you're never be the same player, believing that person who wasn't really qualified, following him in the wrong crowd and going down that way. So it's amazing how people's words can influence lives. So my dad wasn't with my mum at the time, and you look at that aspect and maybe try and find a mentor quicker, which I probably didn't have. I had a mentor but the wrong one, my mates. There was always a bit of a character in the fact that I made people laugh and made people smile. I think that's a skill set. I still do it now. Sometimes I keep myself going, you've got to be more serious side. But people say, oh, we like having you about the place and all that you make. Never underestimate people walk in this place. I might crack a joke and make them smile. They're not smile that weekend. I've had an argument with a partner or I've had members of the staff in here, lost members of the family. All people must make me smile. You know what I mean? And they make me smile. Well, don't underestimate the skill set of making people feel good. It's a powerful thing. Probably one of the most powerful things in coaching. You think about Mourinho, he lost his job, but any coincidence he lost his father? No one talks about that while he was at United. Does that not affect him? Of course it does, he's human. Did anyone show empathy towards him? Sure they did. Maybe they didn't, maybe he needed that gap. I think he'll come back stronger. I think he'll absolutely fly with Tottenham. Everyone's wrote him off. I think he'll go to a different level. That's just my opinion. Pain is the mother of all change. Step outside the box in your thinking. Don't be afraid of experimenting and doing something different if you believe in it. And if it doesn't work, reflect on it. And maybe you try a different way or a different slant, it will work. I remember Lee Johnson at Oldham. He used to try some really crazy things when you look back. But some of them were wrong. I remember him getting out of Subbuteo table. I was thinking, what's he doing Subbuteo table? And everyone was getting out of Subbuteo table, but it was a visual where these players understood. It was a clearer picture. It was a big pitch, green pitch, turning players. And then we started using it with the youth team. Lee, can I borrow your board? And then there was a training session, I remember, for getting air on. And he said, when I press the air on, I want you to press. I was like, so it was a training game, he pressed the air on, it didn't go down that well. I was like, this is crazy. But listen, he wasn't afraid of trying anything, and he'll still be like that now, Lee. And I know Dino is. They'll experiment. If there's a new bit of technology, they're on it. Do you know what I mean? Those two guys for me will go to the top. But I saw that when they were younger, when they were younger, I was still old. I took things from that. Good coaches will try different things, and society's changing, technology's changing, you've got to embrace it. If you don't change, if the coach doesn't change, people will change the coach, I'm telling you. And players are different now, it's not screaming and shouting and kicking water bottles about and pointing. There's a different way, there's new art, do you know what I mean? And it's being an example. Be an example, that's the biggest tip I can say. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's not rocket science. I always find when you do things just for nothing, it benefits you, do you know what I mean? Karma, so to speak, about the way you think. If you go on YouTube and type in the boy with half a brain, so the boy had cancer with half a brain, he said, listen, he's got cancer in this side of the brain, we've either got to take it out and he might die. We don't know what's going to happen. This is years ago.
Yeah.
Or we leave it in, and he could survive, and he might not. But no matter what, if we leave it in, he's going to die. So they decided to take it out. The person, well, we've got no choice of it. So they took the half side out, so they left the inside out. I can't remember the name of it. You know, the inside of the core. Took the heart, long story short, they rehabilitated him. And over a year and 18 months, he had full use of his body. And what they were saying was, his right side of his brain knew that the left hand side was damaged and had been taken away. And it adapted and created more neuronal pathways and myelin. So it knew that his body needed this, and it created it. Because he still had connections from his body to the brain, but the brain adapted. So we can adapt. People say, yeah, you can create 2-foot plays. Yeah, you can. But to a certain level, some players will only go to a certain level. But one thing I learned was boxing. I was right-handed, and for the first 3 months, the trainer said, no, that's your strongest hand. Use this one more. Why don't you use that one more? No. He used to tie a piece of elastic round to me, and I punched the bag for 3 months. They'd never used me right. 3 months, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Different shots. And now, equal. After 3 months, you can do it with feet. 110%. But you got to have the time and the dedication to do it. It's whether kids want to do it. But you can do it.